from the rear. Chain of pain are the eyes, the heart and lungs, the groin, and then the shin or instep. Okay? The eyes, no matter how strong you are, you can't strengthen your eyes, right? You can be the strongest guy in the world, someone poke you in the eye, you're going to know it. The heart and chest, you can build your abs up and your chest muscles where it's hard to hit somebody and cause much damage. If the guy is attacking you, what does he have the advantage of that you don't have? Besides that, his adrenaline's already up, right? He's pumped up. He's been thinking about this attack for some length of time. He's ready. So when you hit him, his adrenaline's already up here. Yours has to get up there quickly, okay? So the chain of pain of those things. Now, we're going to talk about some things. I had trouble remembering things as an instructor in the military. A lot of people that come in, they're not some of the smartest people, okay, when they come in because they're very young. So we have to teach them things in a way that they can remember them. So we use things to associate. If you notice the eyes, okay, you have the top of the bridge of the eye and the bottom bridge of the eye, the cheekbone. Over time, our eyes are open from the side because we were able to hunt for game on the horizon. And they became heavier on top to protect you from the sun and from rain, and when you're fighting for a prey or whatever, you get scratched. When you get scratched from here down, all you do is scratch the skin on the top and below the eye, and the eye blinks and closes. Okay, the eye blinks and closes in less than a second. So if you go and rake down someone's eyes, all you're going to do is create a scar. What you want to do is you want to go from right to left or left to right. You want to rake laterally, called a lateral eye rake. I get one shot at the eye this side, one shot to hit the nose and cause the nose to run, and a second shot at the eye on the other side. If you do it right, you just make a claw and you swing away at the face, or you try to hit it. You may hit them in the face, knock their head around so you can run. But I call it the grapefruit. Okay, weird way to remember it. You ever take a grapefruit and you want to kind of grind it out with something? You want to go for the eyes and you want to grind this way. Okay? You don't have to be accurate, you just have to be close. And since he made it close, you don't have to be that accurate. If you try to poke someone in the eye, you're going to break your finger, you're going to drop his head. But if he starts to grab you, you get your hand on his face anywhere you get it, you can immediately go for the eyes and start to try and rake them and twist. Hopefully you get one eye, maybe you get both of them. If nothing else, you might push his head back enough so he can't grab you. Okay? So that's one way you can attack somebody. You can also knee the groin. This is where you want to stand like that. So if you're going to throw a knee to the groin, they're already on top of it. Usually, whatever you get a hold of, you grab them somehow and you bring the knee up and down. Everybody kind of knows how to do that one. You don't need a lot of, if you've been in 5th grade, you kind of know that. Then the last thing you want to do is go after the arch of the foot. You can actually stomp on the arch. I think there's like 32 bones in the top of the foot. They're all little bones and they move when you run. If you stomp that and break that, it's going to be really hard for them to chase you. So the chain of pain goes right down the body to the feet, and those are the 4 areas where you can hit somebody. The chest is okay. You might do some damage there, but typically not. You get the eyes, you can maybe get the throat, but usually even when you hit someone in the throat, if they drop their chin, you're not doing a lot. So the big thing is to distract the eyes, do damage to the eyes, and then possibly the groin or the instep and get out of it. Okay? So, now, how to stand. Wow, we got to learn how to stand tonight too. You're standing wrong. Watch. Okay. The way you want to stand is I don't want to stand this way. Just stand there. I'm not. Okay. Come on. Now, this is going to be a spinning handstand. Don't move.
Gotcha.
Okay, you got to move too because that's an awful spinning handstand. Alright, so if you notice he's standing with his feet roughly even, so we're kind of squared up with one another. You have virtually no balance backwards. So if he stands like that and I run at him when I hit him, he's got to figure out which foot to move first and he's already in trouble. So when someone starts to approach you, easy way to do it is you want to kind of have an offset step with them, even if one foot's back a little bit. Because if you start to go backwards, you kind of lean to that foot anyway. So if I want to tell a person stop and I want to get my phone, I don't want to square up with them. I'm at a big target. If I turn to the side, I'm saying leave me alone, I've got my phone. It's also harder to knock my phone out of my hand. So if he's really close, like stand right there. So if he's right here and we're having a disagreement and I take my phone over here and he reaches to slap for it, I can block that. Or I can at least continue to dial and back up. Put my phone in my pocket. So don't ever square up with somebody, even if you're confronting them and say, you just hit my car. Don't square up with them. Stand aside. You just hit my car. and you want to have your hands in front of you. You notice that I'm talking when I'm up here? Most people who are knocked out with sucker punches and fights, this is how they get hit. Because they're using their mouth and they're too close and the person just waylays them. So if you create that distance, back off, I step up, I put one foot back, I'm right-handed, so I use the dominant foot, and I have my hands up here, my elbows in. This is how I'm talking. Okay? An inexperienced fighter with their hands up is about 4 times harder to injure against someone else than someone standing like this. Because by the time I think about getting my hands up and get back, I'm already hit. So if my hands are up here, and he tries to grab my phone or reach for me, I got that hand is already out in front of me to kind of push him off or get away. So this is really comfortable. My elbows are to the side, and I'm just standing. Maybe I got my phone in my hand and I'm talking to him. You know? You hit my car, I'm calling my insurance company. He says, you're not going to call me. I don't have any insurance. You know, he comes at you. Now I'm sideways. It's easy for me to step back and then turn around and take off if I need to. So now we're just square up with someone in an argument.